Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's happening? What's popping? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living on this nice Saturday, right after our second preseason game of the year. We only got one left, and we handled our business today, 34-6. Nice road win against the Indianapolis Colts. Atlanta wins the game 34-6, and they look very impressive in doing so. Very impressive. So hey, good to see. Let's give a hand clap to the fellas, man, for going out there, playing good today. Looking like they had a great week of practice, some great joint scrimmages with the Colts. So they look very well. Very impressed by what I saw for the very most part. I think defense did a hell of a job. I think the offensive line did a fantastic job. I think old Jack Strand did a fantastic job. I thought Cooper Rush did a very good job. I thought Cash Money Millionaire Cash Jones did a good job. Tone that rock. Tyler Goodson, the other running back, there's a lot of accolades and a lot of good things to say about how the game went today. The Falcons just went out there and they look good. That's what we have been looking for quite some time. That was our largest margin of victory in the preseason since 2012, I believe. So Falcons look good. Dominant victory. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the optics. We wanted to see as fans, like y'all go out there and, practice and, work hard in preparation for the game. Don't come out here and look sloppy and, look like you just have not been working, throughout the week. So, the Falcons did a fantastic job, man. I mean, they did very well. And the last time that we came on live, I think it was Wednesday, the last show we did, we talked about fans crashing out, and if y'all know me, I'm the kind of the crash out king when it comes to the Falcons. I've never been like shy about being critical, but even I was saying the last live show, like, yo, hey, calm down. Let's take a breath. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Yeah, the first preseason game didn't go like we wanted to go. We didn't look good as we wanted to look, but hey, it's new coach, new staff. They're putting in new offenses. They're getting to learn each other. New verbiage. That they're learning, and then we still didn't have a lot of starters that played the first preseason game. And I know somebody may say, "Well, they didn't play their starters today, and we didn't play our starters today. So what we got to be happy about?" But you're happy about the fact that you got what you asked for. The team come out there, they look prepared, they look good, and they won in very convincing fashion. Last game, people say, "Oh man, let's fire the coaches, let's get new coaches." I'm like, no, we're not gonna be firing coaches every year. That's ridiculous to me. And I've said this before, but we pushed out the last coaching staff. So you're going to have to give this coaching staff, give Stefanski and his coaching staff an opportunity, to put their imprint on the team, and to lay their foundation and to, get their guys in here, get their schemes in here and get the things in here that they want to do. We just can't get in this habit of every year we're looking for new coaches. We're looking for new coordinators, this new general managers. Like, that's a dysfunctional franchise to the highest level of dysfunction. When you get to the point where you're just hiring and firing. That's like that factory in your city, that has that high turnover rate. People just come and go, and it's bad morale everywhere in the building. You don't want your NFL team like that. If you're going to hire a coaching staff, you do your due diligence before you hire them, do your homework, make sure that you're getting the best possible candidate that you can get, and you stick with them. You stick with them as long as you can stick with them, And I just saw a lot of people jumping out the window after the first preseason game. And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all, if I'm not tripping, like, why y'all tripping? I'm the one that normally be, banging on the Falcons when they don't look good. It's like, it's preseason, week 1. I mean, first game of the preseason. It's a new coaching staff. Most of our stars didn't even play on offense. Tua, he only played 8 or 9 snaps. Like, hey, relax. In this game, it looked vastly different. Now, I must say, Jack Strand officially has my attention. He has my attention. I must say that. I must say Jack Strand has my attention. He didn't have my attention after the first preseason game. He didn't really have my attention at no parts of training camp or none of that stuff. I'm just looking at, hey, man, that's a D2 quarterback, undrafted free agent. Yeah, this dude won't even be here when the final roster is set. And there's still a chance that he may not make the final roster still. But I must say, Jack Strand has my attention. Jack looked damn good out there today, man. Jack looked good out there today because I made a point to myself. I said, you know what? I'm about to get in front of the TV. I'm going to watch this whole game. And I know Jack Strand going to play a lot because, the starters ain't playing. So Strand going to play a whole lot, especially the second half. So I'm going to keep my eye on Jack Strand and see what all the fuss is about. And you know what? I saw what all the damn fuss was about. Oh, Jack Strand look good, y'all. Jack Strand looked good out there. Jack was willing and dealing. Again, hey, I know he wasn't playing their starting defense. I get it. But you only can play who's in front of you. That's all you can control. He only could control who's in front of him. And he went out there and he dominated. I think Strand was like, 12 or 17, I think. Let me look at the stats. I think it was 12 or 17, 212 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. Man, Jack was out there balling. Jack Strand has my attention, guys. And now, boy, the coaching staff got a choice to make. Because you could tell they wanted Cooper Rush to be the number 3 quarterback. Because they stopped letting Strand do like team activities through training camp this week. But Strand just coming out here and balling, man. It's like, boy, it's hard to ignore this kid now. So I don't know what Stefanski them gonna do, man, when it comes to that 3rd quarterback spot. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. And Cooper Rush looked good today too. Now, like Cooper Rush, when he was in there, he did what he was supposed to do. He had a real nice throw, I think, on 3rd down, and eventually they called back because of a holding. And I don't know who number 74 is, but he got flags all day today. But Cooper Rush played well, too. Cooper Rush looked – well, first off, the offensive line, I got to applaud them because they gave Cooper Rush all kinds of time. And when they gave him a lot of time, he picked the defense apart. He didn't play as long as Strand did, but when Cooper Rush was in there, he looked very, very, very good. He looked miles better than what he looked last week or last preseason game when he looked like when he's supposed to be in the NFL. He had good pocket presence. He was calm in the pocket. His ball placement was on point. He was throwing strikes. He was making very smart decisions with football. So he looked very good today as well. And Strand just came in. He just kind of took it a step further. Granted, he had more playing time, and obviously he's bigger. He's more athletic, so he's prone to be a little more dynamic with the football as opposed to a quarterback like Cooper Rush. And you saw that today in the difference in styles when you compare how Rush played compared to how Jack Strand played. Both quarterbacks played great football. They both played great football. And both came in there and they put points on the board. So our coaching staff, they really, really have a tough decision on their hands on what they're going to do with the 3rd quarterback, man. Because I'm sure they're both going to play next week, and that's probably going to help Stefanski make his final decision on what he plans to do with the roster From what I've heard, the starters will play a little bit more game 3 than they played game 1. But ultimately, as we all know, they're not going to play a whole lot. But we shall see. It's going to be very interesting what happens with that number 3 quarterback spot. And it'll get to the point, like if the season starts, I don't know with what's going to happen with Penix. I know he said he was supposed to see his doctor, I think, yesterday and see whether or not he's going to get approved, for full participation in camp in preseason. I hadn't heard anything about that, so I don't know if that's good news or bad news. But the point I'm trying to get to is depending on how our season goes, what happens with Michael Penix rehab, what happens with Tua, how he plays. If Tua starts and he starts playing good, then, obviously you're going to leave him in. You're not going to take the hot hand out, especially if the Falcons are winning football games consistently. But if we start playing and we hit that bump in the road at the quarterback position, we're not winning games like we want to win. Tua is looking kind of boo-boo. Penix comes back and, he looks like he ain't really there yet. And that Jack Strand talk, if he is the quarterback 3, because if you put Jack Strand on the practice squad, I think somebody will snatch him up. I really think if you put Jack Strand on the practice squad with the preseason he has had, somebody's gonna snatch him up. Say, hey man, we'll just go ahead and put him on the roster and we'll just use him. We'll try to develop him, use him as a project. But we've seen enough on tape. Hey, we'll take him. So, especially with his youth, I'm sure there's a coach out there watching like, man, I could do something with that guy. But depending on how our quarterback plays, it's going to be very interesting to me to see how the storyline will play out at the quarterback position for Atlanta. Because our fans are starved to win. We haven't seen consistent good quarterback play throughout the entire season in quite a long time as Atlanta fans. So, we want to see some good quarterback play, and it's just going to be a very interesting season to say the least, for sure. Let me hop in these comments. Let me put my glasses on, man. Y'all know I can't see now, so let me throw these glasses on and see what we got here. We got STG43. What's up, Long? Hey, man, it's been a minute, bro. The dog took a little break, man, in the off season, y'all, but I'm back. I'm back in this thing, man. What's happening, STG43? Good to see you here. Chosen One, Don. What's popping, brother? A lot of potential left for today's game and a great performance this week and last week. Yeah, man, I was glad just to see the difference from week to week. Because first preseason game it was terrible, but that's why you play preseason. That's what I was saying the last time I was on live. Like, hey y'all, like we just can't throw everybody in the trash off the preseason. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't what we want it to be, but that's the point of preseason. That is the point of preseason. You get in there, you work out your kinks. Get the coaches have opportunity to look at the tape and see what's working in live speed against real live competition. Guys that are not on your team and maybe holding back a little bit because y'all are teammates. That's what preseason is about. Hey, so, and I know as Falcons fans, we don't like to say, well, hey, man, we got to be patient. But in that situation, yeah, you got to be a little patient. It's a brand new coaching staff, brand new offense. You got new players in here. You had a new quarterback in there, to start the game. So yeah, you got to be patient. Even Cooper Rush, that's a new quarterback, new system, new teammates, So yeah, it was a vast difference what we just seen today compared to what we saw last week, for sure. Got my dog, Cuda Brown, 3748 in the building. Shout out to you, Cuda, 478 in the house. We in this thing. What's popping with you, brother? We also got Big Baller, 5466. Bird Gang is back. We back in the house, dog. What's happening with you? What's up, family? Blessings to you and your family. Blessings to you too, man. I appreciate the kind words. Good to see you. Time to lock in. Time to lock in for a new season, bro. Let's get it. Let's get to it. Roger Smith in the house. The big commentator. What up? What's happening with you, Roger? Appreciate y'all always coming in, showing some love. Great preseason win. Nice way to bounce back from last week's performance. Definitely a great bounce back victory. Great bounce back victory. But without a shadow of a doubt. Chosen Doms and Strand look comfortable. That's some upside to keep on your roster for sure. Definitely is. Also, thank you for mentioning that. Dom says Kendall Daniels had a good game. Yeah, Daniels was out there balling early in the game, man. He was in the first quarter balling. I guess Jeff Ober said, "Okay, that's enough. I don't need to risk nobody else getting hurt. Come on out, dog. I done seen everything I need to see." But he was out there balling, man. You know. Kendall Daniels was out there balling, man. We might have us one with Kendall Daniels, bro. I like what I see from Kendall Daniels. We might have us one with Daniels, dog. That kid was out there balling. He was all over the place. Somebody told me, said, "Yeah, man, he kind of reminded me of Devon Diablo a little bit, how they play." And I was watching the game. I said, I see that. They both got that side-to-side style, always around the football, very athletic. Step up and make a play, and it can defend the pass. I see it, man. I definitely see it. So, hey, man, we might got us on Kendall Daniels, man. We might got us. Hopefully we don't lose a step with the departure of Caden Ellis going back down to play with the Swamp Rats, Hopefully we don't have a step back with Caden Ellis going down there to play with the Swamp Rats. Going back to play with the damn Swamp Rats, So it is what it is, man. I'm excited to see the progression of him and, see how he develops with Jeff Overich. T-Dub in the house, try to get Jack Strand, pull a Russell Wilson. Man, it would even be a little different than Russell Wilson. Maybe we would have to say T-Dub, can Jack Strand pull a Kurt Warner? Can he pull a Kurt Warner? Because I'm pretty sure Kurt Warner was an undrafted free agent. Jack Strand is an undrafted free agent. And y'all, Jack Strand, that's a big joker too, bro. Jack Strand ain't no little guy. Jack look like he all of 6'3", 6'4", 225, 235. This joker big, man. That's got some athleticism too. So let's hope so. T-Dub, Russell Wilson, what was it, 3rd round pick if memory serves me correctly. I think he ended up beating out Matt Flynn for that job in Seattle as their starting quarterback back in 2012. If memory serves me correctly. I'm getting old, y'all. So you got to fact check these dates. But he did help lead Seattle to their first Super Bowl. And he played some great football. I remember being at the Benz. Not the Benz, goodness. I remember being at the Georgia Dome in the 2012 playoff game, when we played them. And you could see then, like, boy, this guy got it. Russell Wilson, he got it. He's talented. He's talented, man. So, hey, man, let's hope so. God, we got Georgia, Texas boy is in the house. What's happening with Georgia, Texas boy? Appreciate you coming in, man. Y'all make sure to check him out also on YouTube. Well, he definitely be doing his thing. Go by there and show him some love if you're not subscribed to his channel. What it do, Titan Falcons family? Breaking news from Coach Fed. Mike Penix Jr. is clear. Okay, so that is. It has been. Thank you, Georgia, Texas boy. Just got our answers. Michael Penix Jr. is cleared. So Penix is now cleared for full participation in camp. Again, thank you, Georgia, Texas boy, for that news. So Michael Penix is back. So that means we are probably, I'm assuming we're probably going to see Penix in game 3. I'm not sure who we play. I haven't looked it up, but I'm guessing he'll be playing the 3rd preseason game. So we should see Tua, Penix. I'm pretty sure they're going to let him play. I'm thinking they're going to let him play. I don't see why not. If he cleared to play, let him play. If he cleared to play, let him play. So Tua, Penix, Jack Strand, Cooper Rush. I like that. We got some competition, and that quarterback room and competition breeds excellence. So welcome back, Michael Penix. He is fully cleared to play and participate. So let's go, let's get it. I know he has some reservations that he spoke out vocally about, the mental part of his rehab. Him having in the back of his mind, what if it happens again? What if I get hurt again? And when you've had that many season-ending injuries playing football, it's almost natural that you will have those thoughts in the back of your mind. Those things will creep in the back of your mind. What if it happens again? What if it happens again? And hopefully, he will develop the mental fortitude that he needs to put those thoughts behind him and bounce back and be better than he was before he went down. Because Penix definitely has the potential. He definitely has the arm talent, without a doubt. I mean, he's still a relatively inexperienced quarterback. There's still some things he needs to work on within his game, specifically his accuracy. But as far as just natural arm talent, natural arm strength, he definitely has that. And, hopefully he can materialize to be one of the Falcons' greatest players, because if that happens, that means we've had some playoff sets and possibly a Super Bowl. So I'm excited to get that news. Michael Penix Jr. is back in the building, and I assume within the next 7 to 10 days, Stefanski's gonna let us know who's gonna be the starter week 1. And I guess I should take away the word assume. I know it's gonna happen because the regular season is going to be starting very soon. So you got to go ahead and put that out there. And that way the team knows, the coaches knows, and you can go ahead and follow the normal protocol. But Penix is back. Georgia Texas Voice has just announced a press conference. So welcome back to Michael Penix Jr. Dom said, it was me. I said it under your post earlier today about Ken. Okay, so look at it, Dom. So Dom was saying it. He reminds me of Divine Diablo. And they definitely do, man. They have similar playing styles, man. I'm very, very excited to see how Michael Penix turns out, man. Excuse me, not Michael Penix, Kendall Daniels. I'm excited to see how he's going to turn out, man. He looks like a hell of an athlete, and he knows how to keep his nose around the ball and make some plays. T-Dub says, oh, Lord, please don't rush Penix. I feel that too, T-Dub. I wouldn't be mad if they didn't play him the preseason. Honestly, like my personal opinion still hasn't changed. Tua would be my week 1 starter if I'm Coach Stefanski. Tua would be the week 1 starter if I'm Coach Stefanski. And I would rock Tua as long as I could. Hopefully he has a good season. And would not rush Michael Penix back for nothing. So I would go with Tua week 1 if I'm Coach Stefanski. Let Penix continue to sit, rest, heal, work on getting strength back in that knee. And if we need you, we'll call you up from the bullpen. If we need you, Penix, we'll call you up for the bullpen. If not, continue to rest that knee, son, and be ready if needed. So I still would go with Tua as a starting quarterback. And I know between some of the fan base, they're not excited about Tua being the quarterback. I get it. I get it. But Tua does have a good resume. You can say what you want to say about him, but he does have a good resume as an NFL quarterback. Am I saying he has a great resume or he's been a great quarterback? No, I'm not. But he does have a good resume. Look at the numbers, pull up the stats. Does he have an injury history just like Michael Penix? Of course he does. He only cost us $1.3 million. So obviously he does. But he does have a good resume. He does have a winning record as a starter. He does have a very, very good touchdown to interception ratio. He does have an incredibly efficient completion percentage. So why people are acting like he's just total absolute trash or total absolute garbage, I don't know. I know he definitely had more than his normal amount of interceptions last year. He still had more touchdowns. Without me looking, I think he had 20 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. And I'm not saying that's great. I'm not saying it's great, but it's not like that's the worst shit you done seen in the world. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people act like he's just absolute garbage. He's just absolute terrible. That's the worst thing we could do in the world is to start Tua. I don't get it. It's only 1.3 million. And see, my thing with Tua, because as I've talked about this, and people be like, well, you say that Penix get hurt a lot, but Tua get hurt a lot too. But this is the difference. To me, this is the difference. With Tua, it's like going to the casino in Vegas, right? You go to the casino in Vegas and they tell you, hey, man, we're going to give you $10,000 of house money. That's when the house give you money to gamble in their casino. It costs you nothing. If the house give you money to gamble, it costs you absolutely nothing. That's what I see with Tua. This is house money. $1.3 million for an NFL team, bro. That's free for an NFL team. You know what $1.3 million is NFL money? That's free. That's house money. It's not costing you nothing. We have not invested a draft pick in this guy. So if it don't work, it don't work. You have not lost anything. You have not lost an investment in a draft pick. You ain't lost nothing on your salary cap. That's not even a blimp on the salary cap. That's so insignificant. You don't even see that. You don't even see that salary cap hit. That's way less than 1% of the salary cap. So you're losing nothing. You're losing absolutely nothing. Penix, on the other hand, that's the number 8 overall pick in the draft. That's a foundational draft pick. That's the 8th overall pick in the NFL draft. So you have a vastly different investment in Tua than you have in Michael Penix. Penix is the 8th overall pick. So yes, you want Penix to eventually be the starting quarterback of the team. You want him to stay healthy. You want him to lead us to playoff wins. You want him to lead us to winning seasons because you have invested a lot in him. So that's how you want this thing to ultimately play out. You just want Tua to be here on that 1-year rental. And then, after the season, I'm like, hey, big dog, we appreciate that, Tua. Hey, good looking out, bro. Hey, next time you're in the A, hit us up, Appreciate that. That's how you want that thing to go, But it'll be interesting to see how this entire thing plays out. Once again, if I'm Stefanski, I'm still riding with Tua as my starter. I'm still gonna ride with Tua. Now, if he get out there the first, 1, 2, 3, 4 games, like, hey, boy, this dude can't play no football no more. All right, well, cool. Michael Penix, you've been cleared. Let's get it. Jack Strand or Cooper, y'all get ready. Get ready. That Jack Strand Cooper Rush thing, that competition is gonna be very interesting, man. Because I'm telling you, like, I can already see what happened with this fan base. If Tua and Penix don't look the part, they're gonna call for Jack Strand fast. That leash on Penix Tua gonna be so short. They're gonna call on Strand fast. Especially how Strand been balling in preseason, boy, because he showed ball today. Like I say, Jack Strand now has my attention. Jack Strand now has my attention. Hey, man, I want to see I really kind of want to see what he can do against the 1s and the 2s. Because today he was playing with the 3, 4s, and the 5s. You know what I mean? He played with the 3, 4s, and the 5s today. I want to see what he can do with the 1s and the 2s. That'll kind of really let me know what he got, what kind of pedigree he got. But I seen during the game, Chris Lindstrom, they were interviewing Chris Lindstrom during the game, and they said, hey, man, when we started count that first day or two, when Tua was down and Penix was down, Jack Strand hopped that thing. He had that locomotive running. So it's exciting and it's interesting at the same time. So football is back. Best time of the year. Football is back. It is definitely back. Got our brother David Starks in the building. What's going on with you, David? Hope you're doing good today, my friend. Just the operation on both sides of the ball looks so much better. Yes, it did, man. Hey, man, I can't remember the last time I watched the Falcons game, and I was like, defense, good. Offense, good. Coaching looks good. But goddamn, I can't find nothing to be upset about. I can't find nothing to critique. Running the ball well, quarterback playing good. The defense get off the field on third down. I don't know when the last time I really seen the defense get off the field consistently on third down for the Falcons, but I saw it today. And David, that's what I was saying earlier, man. Like, there's no need to crash out in the preseason. I know we looked terrible last week. Hey, but give the staff an opportunity to go in here and coach their guys up. and implement some different things based on what did not work in week one and a few things that did week one in the first preseason game. And then, the few things that worked well in the first preseason game. And that's what it's all about. That's why on my last stream, I just kept saying, like, hey, y'all, let's not crash out. Let's not get overboard. It's preseason. This is what preseason is for. This is for you to come in here and look bad, and that way you can work on things that you need to work on that you're not doing well in the game. This is the time to get the kinks out. This is the time to fumble the ball to it. This is the time to drop the pass on second down. Go ahead and get all this stuff out your system now, so when these real games start in September, you're ready to go. You are ready to go. Don says, I agree. I'm not pushing Penix to play early if I was Kevin Stefanski, but we'll see who quarterback one is come week one. Yeah. I'm not pushing Penix back, even though he's cleared. I wouldn't push him back too fast. Like let him build up as much confidence and strength in that knee as need be before you put him back out there. Millie Mills in the building. Been a minute. Millie, what's going on, my guy? Been a minute since I saw you. Since Tua turned the ball over. Y'all see that on social media also. But that's what I was saying just a moment ago, Millie. Like, I think that's kind of a misconception. Let me pull up Tua's professional stats. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I hadn't looked at his numbers well enough. Because I recall Tua had a very good touchdown to interception ratio. So let's take a look at his stats here. All right, so in his career, Tua has 120 passing touchdowns, 59 interceptions. 2-to-1 ratio. That's what you want from your quarterback. If you got 3-to-1, you entering damn near flawless territory. But 2-to-1 in the NFL, that's what you want. That's exactly what you want. Looking over some of his seasons, let's see. Rookie season, he had 5 interceptions to 11 touchdowns. Following year, 16 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That's not that good. Then you had 25 touchdowns the following year to 8 interceptions. In 2023, he had 29 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. 2024, he was injured that year and missed a lot of time. 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2025, he started 14 games last year for Miami. 20 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, which was the most interceptions he's thrown. Still had 5 more touchdowns. I mean, that's not ideal, but it's not as pitiful as what I hear from some of the narratives involving Tua. It's not as bad. I see he led the league in passing in 2023. Then in 2024, he leads the league in completion percentage at 72.9. His completion percentage, I spoke about this a moment ago, is 68% for his career. That's damn good. He damn near completed 70% of his passes. That's damn good. In 2022, he led the NFL in yards per attempt at 8.9. So he damn near had a first down with each attempt. Also led the NFL in passer rating in that same season at 105.5. Tua, I know some people ain't gonna like this. They're gonna say I'm trying to start shit. But Tua's quarterback rating in his career right now, 6 seasons, is a 96.4. That's pretty good. And I'm pretty confident in saying that is higher than Matt Ryan's career quarterback rating. And I'm not trying to say Tua is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan was. I'm just using some statistical data. Let's see what Matt's rating was in his career. I think Matt was around 93, I think. I remember right. Yeah, my memory doing me well. Matt's career, he was 93.6 quarterback rating. And Tua right now is 96.4. So 3 percentage points higher, which is fairly significant. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to say like Tua is just some Patrick Mahomes or anything, but the stats and the data, and from what I've seen from when I have watched him play, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I've watched a lot of Tua in the NFL. I was mad as hell at Tua for the longest time because I still remember 2nd and 26. I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan, and that motherfucker broke my heart. So I was a Tua hater for the longest. I couldn't stand that son of a bitch, man. I couldn't stand that little short fucker for the longest. No lie. What, 2nd and 26? Woo-hoo. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. But beyond that, I mean, let's see what his win-loss record. He's 44-32. Not terrible. Not terrible. I'm guessing I'm not the best at math. That seems to be what, about 55, 56%? Is that win percentage is somewhere in that area? Y'all, somebody help me out who's better at math than I am, because I'm not the best at math. But I don't know. Now maybe he's gotten to the point in his career like injuries have taken his toll. He's fell off the wagon and he's not what he was, during this period of time of stats that I just read off. Maybe he has hit that plateau in his career where it's all downhill, but that remains to be seen. That really remains to be seen. But them first 6 years, like, hey, that's pretty good resume. I'm pretty sure he's made a Pro Bowl in that amount of time. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. He was able to swindle a big contract from the Dolphins. Got that cheddar from him. David Starr says, your opinion, are we drafting a quarterback in the first 2 rounds next year? It depends on really Penix this year. I'm not going to say it depends on Tua. I guess in a sense it does depend on Tua. Because if Tua comes out and have a career year, and let's say we win a playoff game, they're going to sign him. They're going to give him a contract. They're going to say, fuck it. Fuck it, They're going to give him a contract. He win a playoff game, he has a good season, he stays healthy, they're going to give him a contract. So to answer your question, it really depends on what Tua does this year and what Penix does this year to a bigger degree. I think more focus on that will be on what Penix does. I don't know. I probably can answer that better, like maybe around November, December, because it really just depends on what our quarterbacks do this year. Dom says, I would say the execution on play calling was key. I hope they keep it going so everyone can be on the same page going forward. I do agree about that. And what about the Cash Money Millionaire? Y'all think Cash Jones made the team? Cash Jones out there looking good, man. Cash was out there looking good. Again, I know he was playing the 3rd, 4th, and 5th string, but hey, he plays some good football today. And Stefanski has really complimented him a lot. When asked about him, they're saying that he's smart, he practices hard, and that's a staple of the Bulldog. Kirby don't play that. You play for Georgia, you're gonna practice hard. That's just how it goes. Just like when Nick Saban was at Alabama. You had to practice hard, you had to practice smart under Nick Saban, and that's what winning, college football programs too. You practice hard and you practice smart. So you knew that gonna come with the territory. Miller says, how many fumbles for Tua? Let's see. Let me take a look. Because sometimes they be trying to hide the fumble stats. I'm looking at Pro Football Reference. I think they have it under rushing. Hold on, let me see, Miller. Let me scroll a little bit. Okay, here we go, rushing. So they just got fumbles. They don't have fumbles lost, but they have fumbles. In 2025, Tua had 8 fumbles. 2024, 7 fumbles. 2023, 13 fumbles, which is the only double-digit fumble number in his career. 2022, 6 fumbles. 2021, 9 fumbles. 2021 fumbles. So I gotta be honest, Millie, like that don't seem like a lot to me for a quarterback. Quarterbacks are gonna fumble. Quarterbacks generally, outside of a running back, but quarterback generally has a good amount of fumbles on the stat book. For quarterbacks, a lot of times it's the fumbles lost because sometimes you're gonna drop a snap, you're gonna have a bad handoff to the running back, and most times than not, that goes against the quarterback. But from what I can see, like he only has 1 year where he has double-digit fumbles. That don't stand out to me either, man. I gotta be honest, man. You know, I would call it if that was the case, but the fumbles don't stand out to me either. Those don't stand out at all either. Dom says it's really a misconception on Tua, but let's hope if he do start the team winning games, that's what really matters. Competent quarterback. Yeah, and that's really what really has been our downfall. For these last years of losing, man, we just haven't had consistent, competent, good to great quarterback play. Like in this league, y'all, I say this so much, but this is a quarterback league, man. You're not gonna get by in this league with average, mediocre, subpar quarterback play, inconsistent play at the quarterback position. You're not gonna win in today's NFL. This is not like when I was a kid in the 80s and the 90s. You can just have a great running back and great linebackers, and they can win games for you. And the quarterback can just ride on their coattails. No, this is quarterback league now. So you gotta have that quarterback position lock and step in order for your team to get to the next level and do the things you want to do. So that's going to be very, very critical component of our success. Can we finally get some consistent, great quarterback play? Or hell, I'll take consistent, very good quarterback play. I'm not going to even be greedy. Just give me very good quarterback play. You ain't got to get to the point where it's great yet, but give me very good. Kirk Cousins gave me a little bit of that in 2024, and had me swag serving. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, but we about to get back in the playoffs. I ready to do my 1-2 thing. You know what I'm saying? And he just fell off the cliff. I'm like, God damn, man, what the fuck? What happened? What happened? And so it got to be consistent. It can't be like Kirk was when he first got here. Just you do it for 8 or 9 games, and you just fall off a cliff, and that you have a 5-game stretch where you throw 40 interceptions and only 2 touchdowns, and then at the end of the year you say, "Well, I got hurt, and I ain't telling nobody I got hurt because I didn't want to lose my job." And, so I really was kind of disheartened. Like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? What? So, but that's kind of been the Atlanta way lately. ATL Brock 186 in the house. I just got an update on the Bleacher Report. Saying Michael Penix clear for 11 drill starting on Monday. Let's get it. Welcome back, MPJ. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Let the competition heat up between Tua and Penix. Although I think Tua gonna take it for the start of week 1. And Jack Strand said, if either one of y'all boys slip, I'm on that ass. That was Jack Strand in that quarterback room looking. Well, Jack Strand gonna come Monday for practice. Boy, his confidence level gonna be good. So he gonna be looking at Tua and Penix with that look like this. Then Strand gonna give him the head nod. Y'all know the head nod amongst man. What up? Strand used to greet them. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, great to see you, Mike. Great to see you, Tua. Now Strand he gonna pop up on Monday in the quarterback meeting room. Head nod. What up? What's happening? What's good? That's what it's gonna be now for Jack Strand. Boy, Strand, what's happening? I'm here. I like it though. Let's get it. I like it. Let's get it. Let's motherfucking get it. Dank Abyss Khan. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right. Jack needs number 15 jersey. He do good for Kirk Cole's number 18. Is that what he wore in college? Because I gotta be honest, man, I hadn't seen none of Jack Strand's college highlights, but I heard he had a very, very decorated and very accomplished college career in Division II football, but I haven't seen any of his highlights. And maybe I need to go look at them. Maybe that's why everybody be telling me about Jack Strand. And maybe I need to go look, I done had me some Jack Daniels in my day. You know what I'm saying? I had some Jack Daniels in my day. You dig? Miller says, hey, Ty, that boy Kendall Daniels look like a freak. Yeah, well, we talked about Kendall Daniels early, man. We talked about him early, man. I see for Kendall, boy. Kendall was in there. He was all around that ball today. You know, he flashed, the first game. Then they've been saying he's been flashing all through practice. So, I'm liking that. Like, man, Millie, our thing is we just got to get consistent quarterback play. We can get consistent quarterback play. Then that's when I fall into all that talent trap. When I know my quarterback straight, then I start agreeing with people who say all that talent. Because then when your quarterback right, okay, now your running back room top tier. You got a good receiver. You got good receivers. And, damn, my boy Zachariah Branch. I didn't even talk about Branch yet. Zachariah Branch gonna be the steal of the draft. I'm telling y'all, Zach Branch gonna probably give us around about 600 receiving yards this year, about 4 or 5 touchdowns. But you're going to see like exceptional talent, exceptional footwork from the guy, because that's what he has. He has these quick feet. He can stop on a dime, and then he's strong. You're going to see Zach Branch use an open space all season long. You saw that the second play today. They ran that screen, the same screen that went viral. They ran that same screen the second play today. They ran this. It didn't work as well today. I don't think they got like 2 or 3 yards. But they're letting you know, like, hey, we're going to use this guy's space. He can make people miss. He got this exceptional speed. Zach Branch is going to be a dog. He's going to be a dog. He's going to be the steal of the draft. Mark my words, Zach Branch. Mark my words. Speaking of Zach Branch, I seen that he went viral when he had to do the Ricky dinner. And Kyle Pitts and the rest of the vets, they took him to, I guess that's a steakhouse. I guess it's probably somewhere in Indianapolis, I assume. Boy, they said that bill came out to be about 15 racks. 15 stacks. I know y'all saw that video, but it's all good. That bill, that's just tradition in football, been there for decades. It helps build camaraderie in the locker room and have fun. And this time next year, Zach Branch gonna be taxing somebody else. He's gonna be taxing the next rookie that the Falcons draft, and have them pay for it. And I saw a few people say, man, all you gotta do is say no. I'm not gonna pay for nobody else food like that. They gonna do me like that. To me, them be the people like, man, you never really played football at a competitive level, because like stuff like that happens across the board, man. Again, you just building camaraderie. That's all it is. And like Zach Branch Herford on 15 stacks, man. He come from the NIL era. He was making weight. His NIL money was crushing that bill that he got. Now he got NFL money. So it's all good, man. It's just part of what football players do. When I was playing high school football, we would go to camp down in South Georgia, and we do stuff like that. Not to that level now. We ain't spending that kind of money. We were broke back in the end of high school. But, the rookies had to pay their dues. I remember I'm going to tell y'all a story. I remember my freshman year when we went to camp. And I was kind of getting at ease, I thought, because we used to go to camp for a week. We went to a college, man, and it was good, too, because I come from, like, a pretty big name high school in Georgia. We got national championships. We got state championships. We had the Booster Club. They made a lot of money, so they just take care of us. We would go into the playoffs. We eat steak dinners, after practice, before games and breakfast. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, we would go to a college. We were one of the very few teams around here that we didn't have no camp in our school. No, we packed our bags. Our school chartered a bus. And we go to a college and stay for a week. And our school would hire their staff to cook for us, breakfast, lunch, dinner. No, we ain't like we was in college. But anyway, going back to camp, I thought I had it good, like my freshman year. I had to carry a few of the juniors and the senior pads and stuff or whatnot back and forth to practice. Because our practice was like a mile away from the dorms, and we had to walk there. And I remember the last day of camp. I'll never forget it. Everybody was packing. We were getting ready to get back on the bus and head back here home. And last day of camping, we practiced as everybody packing up. They got us freshmen carrying their stuff from their room. Hey, freshmen, go put my bags on the bus. Hurry up. Hey, Tyler, come get my bag. Come here, get their room, get my bag, and put it on the bus. I'm like, okay, cool. I think I done made it. You know what I'm saying? I done made it. I ain't get it bad like a lot of other people got it. So as I'm walking in there to get the bags, to go take them and put them on the bus, I walk in the room, the light go off. Then somebody put like a sheet over my head, and they just, you know what I'm saying, just broke me in, you know, few elbows or whatnot, you know, and that's just what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? I caught a I want to call it an ass whipping because they wouldn't hit me to hurt me or harm me, but it was just like, hey, you thought you was gonna get it? You thought you was gonna make it? You gonna go through all count and we weren't gonna do nothing to you? Shit. You know what I'm saying? So I caught a few like and you know, a few it's all good. You know, I wasn't mad about it. You know, it's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And best believe as I became a sophomore, junior, senior, you know, I did my little hazing with the young guys as well. So that's all that was. But with that said, man, I was impressed by today by the Birds, man. Like that's what we want to see. We'll see what the next preseason game looks like, how they come out, how the starters, how the starters come out and play. You know, now that they've had like a week and a half off. Some of them ain't played all preseason. I don't think Bijan been out there. I don't think Drake's been out there. I don't recall seeing AJ Terrell out there. So we'll see how they react when they play. They just need to be ready for week one. We're going to Pittsburgh. I need us to win that game. Going to Pittsburgh. Dom says, what's your record prediction for the Falcons this year, Toddy? I'm going to do that video next week, Dom. I'm going to do my record prediction video sometime next week, and then I'll put it out there. I'm not sure just as of yet, but I'm gonna do that video next week. So I'll make sure to put that on the channel, you know, so people can tune in. But I'll definitely do that next week, Don. Appreciate you asking. Dank says, yes, 4 years with a 3.87 GPA in Astro Engineering. Super smart. And I didn't know he had that, bro. You put me on game, but you listen to his talk. You listen to him talk, his mind state. You know, he speak about his father a lot, you know, how his father trained him, how his father brought him up. You could tell he came from structure. You know, you could tell that he came from structure in a stable household. That's something you pick up from very, very early. And he was like, man, he was like, I remember he had this interview when he was saying, like, even when I went to UGA, you know, we practiced harder than we did when I was at USC, but I was already used to working hard because my dad had us up at 5 a.m., you know, working out with him, you know. So coming to Georgia, I mean, I was already used to working hard. So, you know, that just goes to show what kind of player that we do have. And I'm very excited about his future. Love watching him play in that. Thank also said Jack with number 15 in college for, oh yeah. Shout out to Jack Strand, man. Jack Strand has my attention, y'all. With that said, I'm gonna check out of here, man. Hey man, I appreciate y'all coming on, rocking with your dog, man. Your dog back, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be more consistent with the content on YouTube. Football back, Atlanta Bird game back. Let's just have a good season, man. Good vibes out there. Y'all be good. Y'all enjoy the rest of the weekend. Be blessed. Be safe. I'm gone. Peace.